The chainsaw guy comes out through the trap door, and all of a sudden he's behind you.
Twisted Crypt Haunted House is an upcoming haunt here in the Chicagoland area. They're just about an hour and a half northwest of Chicago. Got a ton of creativity going on. They're very story and actor based.
His name is Uncle NJ for Naked Jesus. He wears real deer urine.
We've got the co-owner Peter here with us. He's going to take us through for a lights on behind the scenes tour. We're going to kind of show you how the sausage is made.
Again, KISS, keep it simple. It's fishing line.
Without further ado, let's go in and look at some spooky stuff.
My name's Peter Dunn. I'm owner-operator at Twisted Crypt Haunted House in Rockford, Illinois. So welcome and come on in and join us. So here at Twisted Crypt, this is going to be our 12th year here. It should be Scary 13, but we didn't open during the pandemic. So 2020 we closed down, but every year since we've been open. So our lobby. All right, so you come in through the front door here. There's chains are up because we need egress. Obviously, the number one priority at Twisted Crypt is guest safety and actor safety, and I can talk a ton about that. But guests come into our lobby and they come this way. So in the actual lobby itself, we have lightning effects going on, we have rain sound effects going on, so we want to give the illusion, the second you walk through that door, the show starts. We do have a line outside with line actors, but this is also considered line and line actors around this area. So you come in, it's raining, it's storming, it's very, very dark and gloomy in here. You have actors wandering around. Every so often the power will go out, and when the power goes out, it gets pitch black in here. People get a little jump from that, and slowly the power comes back on. So you're waiting out front of our house, and our overall theme, it's very Manson family. So yes, so it is a family, quote unquote, of people that aren't blood related. Well, maybe some of them are. And you're here to see their property, and more importantly, it's kind of initiation night for you. They want to know whether they want to keep you or not. That's the big thing. Majority of the props and things at Twisted Crypt are all done in-house. We do buy masks from certain providers and props from certain providers, but they're few and far between. Everything is built here. We don't want the public seeing things they saw at Walmart or Target or Spirit, and we're even sensitive in the industry, buying props from Transworld or Midwest Haunters Convention is huge for us around here. We're very limited on what we do because we don't want to ruin that illusion. We're also very, very story driven. I'm a theater kid, I'm a theme park guy. My business partner and most of my crew, theater people. So when our guests come in, we want our guests to feel like they're walking through a movie or a play. And that's what's super, super important to us. We've been in the same location all 13 years now. It's 10,000 square feet. At one time, that seemed like a lot to us. Now looking at the haunt industry, it's not that big, but we use every single inch of the building.
Yeah, you've got it filled in,
Yep.
and things are hopping.
Yep, and the biggest thing with that, the show is about 20 to 25 minutes. It really depends on your pace and the guest pace. And when I get that reaction a lot from people, are like, 10,000 square feet and it's that long?
Yeah, that's impressive.
It was designed this way. So when we started building this, we were home haunters. So we came into this with no experience whatsoever. And we made plenty of mistakes along the way. But the biggest thing was, okay, if we're just gonna have a conga line attraction, the conga line attraction is gonna be a 10 to 15 minute show. And we're like, no, we want it longer than that. So it's like, what can we do? Well, let's stop guests. And that's one of the big things that we become known for, that is that we have 6 what we call dialogue rooms, and the actors are going to stop you and they're going to interact with you. And if you don't want to interact with them, they have other actors to interact with. But there's a lot of improv, and it takes a lot to be a dialogue actor here because you have to be quick-witted. You have to know what to say and what not to say to people. But that was one thing we had to do here because we're limited on space, was stop the guest and kind of put on a show just to make the length of the attraction longer.
Well, and they have to know how to interact with no matter what the customers say too,
Yep. Oh yeah, and we go through a lot of rehearsals, a lot of training. If somebody is too scared, or we tell them don't go for the easy pick. If someone's cowering in the corner, leave them alone. Don't berate them and just make them hit the floor. Have your fun with them and then move on. Obviously, don't ignore them, but don't just focus on them. And then try to hit everybody in the group. But the biggest thing is, 1, crowd control. Get the entire group into the room. Make sure everybody can see the show. And then 2, read the group. If they don't want to interact with you, don't push the envelope, because all you're going to do is piss them off. All right, but you can't ignore them either. You got to give everybody the show. And then if someone's doing banter back and forth, there's my person. And then all of a sudden the banter back and forth will help. And if the guest is trying to escalate situations, we train them to try to de-escalate situations too. We want, again, safety, and we want everybody having fun. But it's funny, the people that know Twisted Crypt, they know to go in certain rooms and stop. Other people come from other haunts and come here for the first time. They're like, "Where's the exit? We gotta get out of here." It's like, "Nope, you're here for a minute." And they're like, "No, what do you mean we're here for a minute?" It's like our actor's like, "No, you're here," and they won't break character. They will not break unless there's an emergency.
Right.
So
Some of
That
our
is
favorite
awesome.
haunts are the ones that do all the interaction.
Yes, we love the interaction.
It's just your group, you know, like so you don't run into other groups that way too,
Yeah,
which is way.
That makes it so much more immersive.
We've been coming here for a few years already, and every single time, like, we're thinking the same actor's going to be in the same room as always. And nope, they get switched around. The dialogue gets changed around.
Nice.
Yeah.
well, and
I don't
that's
think we've ever read it in another group.
yeah. Well, and that's crowd control's a big thing. You know, we load every I want to say it's every minute 30 roughly. We have pace rooms and things of that nature. We know it's a sin for a group to catch up to another group in a haunted house, and it's about keeping that illusion alive. And do we have a little bit longer wait time because of that? Yep, we do. But it's a unique experience. And we, nothing against the conga line attractions. I've been to them, I love them, but we wanted to be different. And there's other haunts in the Rockford area that have that conga line mentality. Great, awesome. When we were starting this 13 years ago, we didn't want to be them. We wanted to be different. And if a guest comes out and says, "Wow, that was different, unique," we win. That's like a badge on our sleeve. And Nancy's 100% right. What we try to do and mess with people, it's never the same show. That's the other beautiful thing, is if you come back multiple times in a season, there could be different dialogue going on in that room. It's not going to be, they don't have scripted lines. They have bullet points to our story. Please hit these bullet points, and then the rest of the time is yours. And actors can move around. We tell actors all the time, all right, if you're in the doctor, you don't need to be in the doctor room. If you're the cook, you don't need to be in the kitchen. And some of the actors are like, what do you mean? Why? I'm a doctor, I belong in the medical room. It's like, no, this is a house. When you're at home, do you just sit in your family room the entire time? Do you just sit in your, no, you check out other rooms of your house. So all of a sudden that doctor may be eating in the dining room the night you show up. And it's like, why are you in it? Well, doctor's having dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things where you never know who you're gonna meet and what the dialogue's gonna be. So it's new every time you come.
It makes you feel like you're walking in on a real experience.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So this is where you meet one of our beloved, Tavis, your beard brother, right? I tried to
Beard brother.
I tried to get Tavis here today. Tavis is played by Zach Webb. He's one of my good friends. He's been with us from the very beginning, and this is like his baby. He loves this room. He is the grouper, the rules guy. He has a blast with that, and again, he's done room acting before. He's done line acting before, but he loves this. And you're in here for a bit. So talk about improv. When you're in a room, you may be in a room for 45 seconds to a minute. Here, if we've got max 16 people in here, we release one group, that other group's gonna be in here for a bit, waiting. So he's gotta be able to interact with everybody. And he's a very easy person to talk to. And he loves Mario. So come on
Most
in.
people do love Mario.
So Rockford. So this is the start of our kind of rules and regs. So with Rockford, we were only allowed to put in max 8 people per group. And that was an agreement very early on when we started this process. And they said no more than 8 per group. Okay, so we get people at the 9 and the 10 that complain, but it's 8 per group, which is better because if you do more than 8, the rooms are just too tight. And
You ever do groups smaller?
yeah. The magic number is probably 6. 6 is about perfect. 8's pushing it a little bit. But so we got 2 rows of 8, so we get 16 people in the rules room just to kind of group people together, give them the rules and all that. The other thing Rockford required us to do, which was a blessing in disguise. They would not let us do any narrow hallways, no uneven floors, and no mirror mazes. What that made us was 100% handicap accessible. And we didn't realize that. We didn't realize that at the start. We were kind of like pouting kids. Like, what do you mean you can't do narrow hallways? And all of a sudden we got down here and we started building it. And we're like, well, wheelchairs can go through this.
Actually kind of nice.
And every year we get wheelchairs and motorized wheelchairs. And we have a family that comes through every year with their daughter who's in a wheelchair. And
That's awesome.
and we have one spot for the vortex tunnel where we have stairs. But there's emergency exits before and after. We just bypass them. Yep. And so we're 100% handicap accessible, which was, again, blessing in disguise. That's Chris from Haunted House Chicago. Chris is a friend, and he's become a friend of Zach's as well. And Chris always told us when he would be coming out to visit us. So Zach goes, I got an idea. And we had a couple candles in here, and it's been up for years. And Chris is like, is that picture still up? We're like, yeah, of course it's still up. We may even have to add to it. But you can, Tavis is his character name, and then Christopher. He spelled it CHRS intentionally, crossed it out, and then Christopher. So It's a little. We do have a lot of Easter eggs and like inside stuff for us. If you care about that, I can bring that stuff up.
Oh, we love Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's more for us to giggle and laugh about, but yeah, that's one. That was all Zach. But Tavis's character, he likes looting bodies and he likes collecting stuff.
Looting bodies.
Looting bodies.
Is that an emotional support snake?
It's gotta be.
Just stuff that he finds or we find. Someone donated the gong
I was
to
gonna say,
us.
what's with the asshole gong?
And yeah, it's one of those where if Zach has a problem person, the line actors and everybody, I won't really strike it, but he can hit that really hard and we all hear it. And that means he's already dealing with somebody that we may have to keep an eye on.
Oh, nice.
It alerts everybody what he's dealing with. And they laugh. They're like, they see it and they're like,
think it's
yeah,
funny.
they think it's funny, and it's actually we're alerting everybody else. And going back to safety and security, every single one of our room actors has a walkie-talkie on them and flashlight. You won't see it unless they need to use it, but we have multiple codes here. We have a medical code, we have a fire code, we have a cleanup code, that's Dale's favorite, that's code brown. And we do sense, some strong sense, we've had pukers. We have an active shooter drill. And it's sad that I have to do that, but that's part of the business these days.
Right.
And knock on wood, we've never had to use it. Everybody walking through our front door, we have paid security. We metal wand everybody coming in. And it's for our guests' safety and it's for our actors' safety. So
Security is regular
Yeah,
too.
your
to meet
security
them and know
knows
them.
us too.
Yep, and Jared's our head of security. He's been with us from the beginning. He is taller than I am, built. Just the optic of Jared is like, we want everybody to come out and have fun. We're not here like, behave. We just want to make sure if something happens, we can deal with it. And the optics of detracting the asshole are important to us, And, we have the code yellow is asshole here. And usually when we first started this, we probably had a quick trigger on some. And it's now gotten to the point where if we're lucky if we kick one person out a year. I mean, and I think it has to do with the optics and what we're doing, and people now know us, and even the people that come in. I mean, the best thing in the world with that summer event we did was mostly haunters, and they know to behave. But the general public can get tiresome at times, but about 98% of the guests that come are here to have fun, and it's that 2% that kind of ruin it. But we don't play, but at the same time, I think the optics of it really keeps people in line. So just come out and have fun. Is the big thing.
What do we got going on inside of here? See, there's some kind of jail cell and there's some numbers on the ground.
Yeah, so we're grouping people. So when guests come in, he'll ask, how many in your group? And on slower nights, it may just be your group. We don't push unless we absolutely have to push. So if it's a slow night, you make, especially early September, Friday nights are slower than Saturday. If you're coming the Saturday before Halloween, you're going in with a group of 8 because it's packed. It's absolutely packed here. We open mid-September, pretty much a lot earlier than other people. It's because 1, we have the space, and 2, if this is like a play or theater, I want them to get the kinks and the rust off, and the repetition's good for them. And if you come early in the season, can we go just us? Yeah, absolutely. If there's no line, you can go just you guys. We have no problem with that at all. But if it's packed, we're grouping up to 8 people, so 16 in here, and 8 people under the house.
Keeping the line moving.
Keeping the line moving. So this is our holding. So you'll have 2 groups in here, 1 group waiting right here, and then 1 group on our red carpet. So
Notice a lot of layers in here too already. Like lots of layers.
Yeah, lots of layers in here. We do the movie screen. So again, we just keep adding to it. Or that used to actually be our ticket booth in that room right there. So you'd come inside and get your ticket. It just, that only lasted a few years because it was dark. People are on edge in here, and then we're trying to collect money and do tickets. So we bought a ticket booth, and the ticket booth's now outside. So before they even, and the show starts right when they walk through that door. So then we had to switch that up. We built that prop for a local high school where we went to high school. They did Little Shop of Horrors. So we built Audrey for them. So we just keep adding to it. The screen in the lobby would play Nosferatu, Phantom of the Opera, so people could watch that. Then we're like, well, we want to build stuff above the queue. So it kind of takes away from the movie, but you can still see the movie. But we just keep, every year, adding 2 different layers. Year 1, anything you first do, you look back on and you're like, oh, I can't believe we did that, or that was so cringe. Yeah, we definitely had that year 1. This lobby was bare bones because we were young guys, no experience, home haunters, just trying to start something up. And as we learned and as we went to Transworld and met different people, we developed certain talents and skills and just started adding to it. So room 1, we have a gatekeeper. So Zach is always, Zach is always in the rules room. That's his room. Stacy Hendershot's been with us. I think Stacy's been with us since year 2. I could be wrong on that. She'll probably kill me. But Stacy's been with us a long time. She's our gatekeeper. The doors are automated. You can see the pistons on them. Mag lock as well. So once these doors close and they're mag locked, you're not getting out. And we've had some big people my size try to push out. You're not getting out. And so, but the good thing is we have a way to open the doors. And if you don't know what's going on because you're on sensory overload, she'll play it off the open sesame or she'll give a keyword where all of a sudden the doors will open. And people are like, well, that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's 100% automated in here. So, what are you pointing at?
Oh, there's a baby.
The baby, that's Hendershot. That drives me nuts. Every year she goes to Amazon and buys like a bucket of those things and she hides them. And
We
I'm
love
like,
getting them.
I'm like, just stop. And she loves it. And the guests love it. So
Speaking of Easter eggs,
yeah, it's one thing she does. But yeah, the windows have power on it. That has power on it. I can even turn on the attraction at some point for you guys if you want to see it. But when the power goes out, those lights die. They'll completely cut out. Any light fixture in here will go out when the power goes out. So, and then slowly comes back on. The little window there, that's Taz's window. We have a video playing of Taz in that window where all of a sudden he'll peek through and different things, and people notice Taz. And then in that room, which I can show you towards the end, that's our control room. So everything in the attraction feeds back to that room. Whether it's a sound effect, a light, a smell, everything goes back to there. That's kind of our base of operation. So come into room 1. This is mag locked, as you can see. This will be mag locked. That's an automatic drop panel. That panel's up when we have the air on. And this behind you, this big door with the screen, this is closed. So when you come in, you're in a very tight quarters, a group of 8. And looks like a painting is being played on the video. And all of a sudden, when we're ready to trigger the room, the room goes completely dark. I mean, it's pitch black in here. We have an illusion. I don't know if I can tell you the illusion because a lot of people keep asking how we do it, and I don't want to ruin that too much. But all of a sudden the lights come back on, and there's somebody in the room with you. And then the video will play, and every year we do a different Room 1 video to keep things fresh for people, trying to tell the story, what we're doing. Last year's video was really cool. It had a couple old school Rockford commercials in it. Chelsea from B103, one of the morning personalities, she was our newscaster in it. So a lot of ties to Rockford, which was really cool. And then as you can see, this is closed during the show, but if ever we lose power or we ever need to, this is one of our main egress hallways. So
right there.
a lot of people believe they see this, they think they're heading back this way. And then all of a sudden the lights go out for a second time, that screen will open, and then obviously the guests are forced to go this way into the room. All these pictures are crew members as little kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Who are those?
So we have some, like the Clock Tower, which is now gone. That's where the Hard Rock Casino is. The Rockmen, different famous spots of Rockford here. But that's Amanda right there. There's Amanda Powers, our very own. But we started this where we wanted to make sure crew members were represented. And you come into a room and you have pictures of little kids everywhere in a haunted house. It's creepy. So, but the crew absolutely loves it. So, and I even got my daughters up here. There I am. But yeah, so.
Hitting the family theme there.
Hitting the family theme. So like I said, everything's 4-foot wide hallways. That was something we had to do. We started very, very plain Jane. I mean, we were home haunters coming in here having no idea what to do. Every wall was black, it seemed like our first season, just because we didn't know what we were doing. And now it's like we see a black wall, we're like, oh no black walls, something's gotta be on a black wall. So again, live and learn, and that's anybody I talk to that's like, I'm a home haunter, I'm thinking about getting into it, I'm like, take the leap. And if you fail, we're lucky enough we didn't fail. I know it has a high, failure rate in this industry, but at least you can say you did it. If we failed, we would have been like, you know what, we did it. It was a fun time. On to the next project. But here we still are. So knock on wood.
You can always say you at least tried.
Yeah, you at least tried. So
no regrets.
No regrets.
So this is also, you can peek down here. This is another egress hallway. So we have egress down the center of the attraction, and we have egress around the perimeter of the attraction. Eventually, we kept running out of room. We turned this into actor corridor. So it used to be, you couldn't see into the egress hallway. It was just emergency exits. We just started busting at the seams. Like, we went to the fire department. It's like, can we use the egress as like show scenes? And they said, yeah, as long as you're not blocking the path. So we did put up just black landscape fabric to cover up the walls. But this is now actors can roam and hit different scenes down the hallways and do different scare points. So
That's
it's on
how
this
they
side and on the other side as well.
That's
So-
how they sneak.
yeah, so they don't, you know, a lot of actors you won't see, you know, they stick to their area. We don't allow a lot of roamers here. And we have break actors that are allowed to roam. Drake Larson, Heather Larson, husband and wife, they've been with us forever as well. They're our break actors. And, you know, they're allowed to roam, but everybody else isn't assigned a position or an area. And we do that again for safety, just in case we have a problem, we want to know where you're at and we want to come get you. So a lot of people are like, I want to roam. It's like, no, it's for the show and it's for safety and security. But these actors can hit this scene and then the next scene because it's right next door. And what the beauty is, you're here, that next scene that they're going to hit you at, maybe not for you because your path isn't going to happen for another 5 to 10 minutes, you know, but they're right here waiting for you. And of course, obviously, if we get your name, we'll have a lot of fun with that, just like
yeah.
many haunted houses do.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
Looks like.
Yep. Into a closet. A little tech. There's one of our motion sensors. We use a lot of sensors around here, so we got motion sensors, so we know when groups are coming to trigger different effects and things of that nature.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
I'm like looking at them all now. Like, what kind of shirt you got?
Again, we have little like hidden doors too for the actor. If the actor wants to maneuver around, you know, the guests will never even know that's there, but the actor can, you know, the actor that's in this area, if they need to get in here, they can get in here.
Oh, we got a kitchen.
We got a bloody kitchen.
Got a bloody kitchen. So our kitchen. Amanda worked this room many, many, many years. And since then, Taz has worked this room. Christina worked this room last year. You know, just a beat up, nasty kitchen. When you walk in, every dialogue room, when you walk in, you're going to get spritzed with something. And in here, I think it's pot roast, bacon, and gym socks. So a little bit of everything. Yeah, a little combination. And all the smell cannons were made in-house by us. You know, we didn't buy them. Matt is my business partner, does all the
I don't
tech.
know how you made the dirty sauce.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So yeah, and then this is
Smelled like slaughterhouse.
yeah, did it?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So gross.
We give you that little hint of like
Oh.
bacon or pot roast. It's like
Yeah.
then we bam gym sock. Like yeah, it's not supposed to be pleasant. But again, dialogue rooms. So we have 6 dialogue rooms. We have many more rooms than 6, but we have 6 main dialogue rooms. This would be number 1. 2 actors in a dialogue room. So when you walk in, you're going to have somebody at the sink or somebody at the stove, and then you're going to have somebody sitting at the table. And again, it's the whole purpose of this is, you know, this is kind of my A actor right here. You know, whether Amanda used to act like she was doing dishes and then jump scare you as you walked in. Others are waiting for you because they know you're coming. And this person's the one that, come on, like get you in here. That person will get behind the group a lot of times and make sure everybody's in, but then you have an actor behind you and in front of you. And so you don't know whether you're looking forward or looking back, like where's that person? And then our actors are told to kind of get in your personal space. And you know, COVID changed that a little bit. COVID changed that a little bit, but again, we wanted to be different and unique. We also, if we can make it feel uncomfortable, we win. It's tough to scare people these days. I mean, we have a saying: laugh, scream, cry, run. You know, just have fun. And if we're an entertainment company, if you come here and you're laughing throughout the whole thing, I'll take it. Obviously, our goal is to scare you. We want you to be scared, but some people, you know, you just can't scare. So if there's a big dude in here who's like, oh, this isn't scary. If I can get him to flinch once, we win. You know, it's like, man, I got you to flinch. But otherwise, if we can make you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, winning. And we've had actors come up, I mean, real close. Obviously, we're not going to touch you. They've been trained not to touch you. You know, if you kind of push them away, they'll back off. They get it. They want to see how far they can get with you. But, you know, we're not one of those extreme haunts or anything like that. But we will get in your personal space. And we want to see how you're going to react to that. And if we don't get a reaction, we may move on to the next person. But they're good at that. And they want everybody to be part of the show. They don't want, you know, a group of 8. I mean, how many? There's 7 of us here. You know, all this, and that's tight. You know, or 6 of us here. Sorry, that's tight. I mean, 6 of us in this room's tight. You add 2 more humans in here, it gets real tight. So A and B actor in here. Again, you're in here probably for 45 seconds to a minute. Doesn't sound like a lot of time. It's a long time, especially if you're acting. That's a long time to hold people and keep them in here. So.
Especially when they're used to just walking through and, you know, not you know, going to other haunts, they're not used to interacting.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, people, and then we also tried it disguise exits, and you know, it's not like, oh my gosh, where is it? But it's closed, just so when people come in, they can't beeline it for the exit.
Right.
It's like, we're going to stop you because it's crowd control purposes as well. Every actor has a cue. You know, when you're leaving room 1, there's like a siren that goes off. That's part of the show. This actor knows when they hear that siren, they got another group breathing down on them. She or he is going to release, and they will scream something, you know, whatever fits the theme. And the actor in the next room is going to wait for that verbal cue, and they're going to know, okay, I've got to release. You know, it's got to be a well-oiled machine. The problem with all that is if you have one actor that's going long, they can just throw a wrench into everything. And that's why we're on our actors. You listen, you may not be able to get your whole spiel in. If it's a busy night and we're cranking, you know, Saturday before Halloween, we're loading every minute 30. And we're loading and boom, boom. On a slower night, we're spacing it out more. And you're going to get probably a little bit longer out of a show coming on a slow night. Just me being honest. Because we're not trying to push people through this thing like on a busy night where we're doing a lot of people in a short period of time. So, you know, and I think any haunt's that way. I really do. So if you want a good show, check them out early. Don't show up, and then you're going to show up and wait in a 3-hour line. So, I got some Easter eggs. I don't know if it's still in here or not. Yep. So I'm a big White Sox fan, so we got a White Sox glass right there. There's an Epcot Center glass in there. One of our crew members passed away. He had a heart attack. He was with us from the very beginning. Sean, we got some of Sean's ashes in the room. So and then I'll show you another little shrine we built to Sean. He's the only, in 13 years, he's the only that I can think of off the top of my head, the actor we lost. So yeah, just heart failure, unfortunately. Great guy with us from the very beginning. So Sean's ashes are in this room.
That's cool. You weren't wrong when you said 7 then.
Yeah,
7,
there are
right?
7. Yeah, there are 7. All right, so on to the next.
I love how you go through that door though.
Freezer door, and then we try to keep things together. So of course, if you're going into a freezer, it's where they hang the meat.
You gotta be in a freezer. Is it air conditioned?
It is not air conditioned. We actually did that gag here too. You started in a boiler room, and then you ended, the next room, the very next room was like a freezer room, and we had a portable air conditioner. And the air conditioner, we had it blowing cold air in the freezer room, and then obviously the back end was blowing hot air into the boiler room. So that was kind of fun. And our claustrophobic tunnel. So you can see it deflated. Most haunts have them. We started with the gimmicks after, I think it was after year 2. You know, we're like, all right, well, what are some of the gimmicks people wanted? So obviously vortex tunnel, claustrophobic tunnel. We have the swamp, the laser swamp, things of that nature.
Kind of haunted house staples these days.
Yeah, haunted house staples. And people love it. People absolutely love it. I mean, it's creepy, and you know, we don't do anything just to do it. You know, we want to make sure it's effective. And one of the fan favorites is the laser swamp, obviously. And then, but the vortex and claustrophobic people talk about still. They love that stuff.
Well, you never know what's on the other side of the
vortex. Yeah. Well, and we have
we
emergency exits before and after. If you don't think the actors use that, get them before they go in, and then they run, and they're meeting them at the end, obviously.
Nothing like a good old surprise at the end.
So if you look behind, another thing guests never see that we're here. If you look behind that door, if you close that door behind you, you'll see all of our posters.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. So we got some posters, all autographed by the crew.
Yeah.
Again, just a little thing for us. The guests never see them. All right, our dining room. So when the guests come in here, the smell in here is rank. It's halitosis. So if you don't know what halitosis is, it's extremely bad breath, diseased breath, and it's rank. And the beauty, if you look at that wood pillar back there, the spray for the wood pillar is actually the tube for it's on top, aiming right down. So you're gonna get it in your hair, and it's gonna stick with you all night long. Yeah, that smell will be with you all night long.
You're gonna smell great when you leave Twisted Crypt.
Yep. So, and then, you know, obviously every room, smell, sound, light package, and then the actors. So actor in here, Taz worked this room last year. He was our cook, but he was in the dining room serving dinner, and we'd have random people sitting at the table every night. Our twins would be sitting at the table. You'd see, I'm trying to think of who else, but I mean, multiple actors in here. So you never know who's eating dinner, and Taz would be in here running it. Those are real specimen jars that were given to us by Wolf Hollow. So those are real specimens in there, which is kind of cool as well. What's that?
That's what I always try to peek.
Always try to peek and see what's in there. Yeah. And then a lot of this, you know, a lot of these things, again, we've collected throughout the years. When we started it, I told you not much was in here. We were raiding our parents' basement. It's like, what can we find for props? What can we find for props? And like,
these paintings
Yep.
My parents have like a bunch of them.
Yep.
My mom's
Yeah.
like, go to parties to buy them.
Yep.
Yup.
Like Tupperware.
This mirror was in my parents' house as long as I can remember, and I'm 42 years old. She finds, like, my mom's like, take it. I'm like, cool. And then some of the artwork, we got lucky. We'd find at like Goodwill, Salvation Army. But again, we want real stuff. You know, that shield behind Mario back there's got a last name on it. We found that thrifting.
Oh, that's what?
Yeah, we found that
cool.
thrifting. And it's like, that's got somebody's
Holy
last name on it.
crap.
It's like, well, they probably never thought it was going to be a haunted house. You know? So, but again, try to keep it as real as possible. So.
It kind of makes sense with the night in the corner.
Yeah, night in the corner. It's a dining room. So this is what we call the shooting gallery. Again, egress hallway. So this was the next scene from the laundry scene. So that actor, we can put a separate actor in here. We can have that actor go back and forth. Because it's a shooting gallery, we got the fireworks cracker up there, so they can trigger the fireworks to go off, and that will get anybody to flinch. You know, I don't care how big and bad you are, you're gonna flinch that way. But yeah, so everybody's like, wow, shooting gallery, you don't see that often. It's like, yeah, well, why not? We try it. We've done some really good room themes. We've done some bad room themes. We just try it and see how our crew reacts to it, see how the guest reacts to it. And then we just start putting stuff together. Like all these pages, all of this stuff was in room 1 at one time. And then as we evolved, we're like, well, let's move it. And all of a sudden we're like, well, just create a little mini scene with something that we had in room 1.
Never seen a shooting gallery in a haunt.
Right.
This is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I've
so-
never seen it. I love that.
Something unique, again, different and unique. These pictures, again, past crew members. We did an orphanage one year and we collected some pictures there. And then another Easter egg, again, for our own Dale Matthew Dunns. That's Dale Powers, our GM, Matt Johnson, and Peter Dunn. So again, just stuff that we can look at and smile. You know, the guest is never going to see it or anything, but it's like, yeah, why not? That's fun for us. So again, just props. We did a medieval torture room one year. There's a prop from that. This is actually really cool. This is Dale's mannequin, our GM. Everybody thinks she's 100% real.
I was thinking it for just a second.
You don't see, you know, the mannequins these days are all like just simple posed. She's posed that way. This is Dale's. He's had this thing forever. At the end of the hallway, you bet. Why not?
Oh yeah. You're like, I don't want to go down there.
This is just a walk through a very fun house. You know, the mirrored glass. We have an actor back there that you can't see. At one point, he'll hit a button, light shines. We've got car horns going off. Again, just a subtle jump scare for you, just to keep things light. I mean, we try to do dialogue effect, just to, you know, keep things fresh. It's not just all dialogue throughout the whole thing.
Subtle scare, he says. I think I'd scream my head off in this room. That, I don't trust it.
I'm still unsure.
This is where you enter the laser swamp. It doesn't look like much when it's not running.
No, but these leaves are going to make that super effective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you walk in here and you round the corner, obviously we try to disguise the exit, but this is the laser swamp. And we have the beauty, if you're not familiar with the laser swamp, I'm sure most people are, but when you come in, you can't see underneath the laser line. And the actor can see your legs plain as day if they're down low, and then they can pop up, they can move around, but you can't see. And if you try to cheat and look underneath the laser line,
They're going to be like right there.
they're going to be right there, or they'll hide. They'll hide. We put the
Yeah.
pillar in the middle of the room as like, okay, if you think they're, you know, if you got somebody that we hear that's being difficult, they may look under, hide behind the pillar until they round the corner. Then they're like, oh, there's nobody in here. We're good. Well, then come out and you got them. You know, have some fun with it.
Give him a hiding spot.
Yep, give them a hiding spot.
Creating that laser illusion around the pillar like that can be a little tricky.
It is a little tricky, but we added lasers, and we, you know, it was just testing. You know, where can we put them? You know, where do we believe the guest is going to go? Just so the guest isn't blocking certain lasers. You know, because all of a sudden, if a guest gets in front of the laser, you know, game over. You know, so you've got to make sure you have enough lasers to cover multiple angles. So this is our backyard. Backyard. So again, we try to stick with the theme. You go to a kitchen, you go to a dining room, obviously. We have a laser swamp. We try to give it like, hey, you're going outside, and now you're in the backyard. We did a boat room, like a nautical room one year, so we had the boat stuff already.
Makes sense next to the swamp.
Yep, next to the swamp. There's the wanted poster of Ellis Dewson. That's Goat. That's who passed away. So we've got some candles here, some of his trinkets, kind of to pay honor to Goat. So that was his nickname. Sean's nickname was Goat. So he was with us from the very beginning. The Dewson family, Mama's a Dewson, so Etta Mae Dewson. Tavis is a Dewson, Tavis Dewson. We have a few Dewsons left. The Dewsons were the theme from year 1 and 2. And Dewson was, my last name's Dunn, D-U. Matt's last name's Johnson. There's the S-O-N. And we're like, well, we got to have it sound hillbilly. So Dewson. So that's what we did there. It's French. Yeah. But again, emergency exits are littered throughout. This is a dialogue room. Obviously, you're coming in here from the swamp. You meet our mistress. Erin's played our mistress. The beauty of Erin is, she'll get in your face. She has the disgusting teeth and all that good stuff. She collects shinies and shinies. And I'm shocked by the amount of people that gives her stuff. We have something backstage of just all the stuff she collected last year.
Nice.
She's like, you can't proceed unless I need shinies. And people are like emptying out their pockets and giving her stuff. And she gets it. But it's like, all right, cool.
That'd be us. We'd all give her something. We usually do carry things in our pockets for when people ask us for things.
Yeah, ask you for things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you have 2 actors in here. Obviously, Erin starts up on the porch of the back hut in the backyard. And then the other actors usually back by the boat. Again, we like to kind of surround them and make sure they're doing what they should be doing.
I like how you cover your scenes as well.
Yep. So, well, the biggest thing, year 1, didn't know we should camo net everything. Again, live and learn. And we made mistakes. But then all of a sudden we went out and we bought fire retardant camo netting, and we just put it over. We're in a shopping center and all of a sudden it's a white drop ceiling up there, it reflects. The other thing, we fog out the building. So between the fog and the camo netting, you can't really see up there, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all the lights being down here keeps your attention down
Keeps your
low
attention
and-
down low. Again, simple scare spot coming around the corner if we have an actor in here. I showed the GOAT FBI wanted poster there. That's Zach. So that's Tavis Dewson. So we did wanted posters one year for all the characters, and I've got to put it in here just so if they remember the rules guy, they see it and they laugh. That was the other thing in Room 1 video. The Room 1 video, it was a newscast, and she's talking about suspects at large. Well, we intentionally did it where it was the two of our line actors and the rules guy. So it's like they go into Room 1, they're like, well, we just saw those people. It's like, yeah, you just saw those people. They're wanted at large.
Can't be trusted.
Yep. All right, so now we're going back in the house.
Into a kid's room.
Back in the house. So we got the bunk beds, the kids' room, the dolls, and all that good stuff. Again, that picture is always just giving me the heebie-jeebies. Found that thrifting of this little girl, and at no time whatsoever was she like her mom or her was like, yeah, it's gonna hang in a haunted house one day.
Right.
So the other with the Manson family, in the rules room, I really didn't point them out, but we do have portraits of famous serial killers littered throughout. In the rules room, I believe, is Bonnie Borton and Ted Bundy. Obviously, Ed Gein's here. Manson's around here. BTK's around here. That was kind of the theme we wanted, and we've kind of carried that theme throughout the years. So.
And it implies that the family almost looks up to him.
Looks up to him. Yeah, looks up to him. They're not really people to look up to, but
Right.
this family looks up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So
You guys been seeing this emblem by any chance?
I have noticed it. Yes, that was on the
So
door.
that a good call, Nance. That's the family emblem. That was actually drawn out by me, and I drew a couple different symbols. They all started with simple runes, and then we just added different pieces to them. But that's a very unique one, and I created like 4 or 5 of them, and I put them on our crew page. This was years ago, and I said, all right, let's vote. Which emblem? And the crew picked that one, so that became the family crest. So you'll see that on costumes and makeup, in the rooms, things. It's very subtle. We're now starting to sell like buttons and necklaces with the emblem on it. Yeah, it's on our shirt. Just a little hidden thing. We don't shove it in people's faces, but fans notice it and they point it out and they love it. So.
You know what Amanda told me? I don't know how true this is.
Oh, I remember this.
Let's go.
At MHC.
I always love to hear what Amanda says.
She says that this says mama. So you see apparently like the M.
Of course she thinks it says mama.
And then there's an A.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's mama. It's M-A.
In Amanda's own world. And I love that woman to death, but in her own world.
She was pretty convincing.
Amanda can be convincing about a lot of things. So this is actually where, you cross the egress hallway. You can see Room 1 all the way down there. It's a closet. Obviously, you're going through closet doors. The curtains are down with all the clothes just to kind of hide the emergency exit, the egress.
Okay.
But with this being here, we had to get somebody from first half to second half. This is what we came up with.
So make sure you become a member if you want to see that backstage tour. But for now, let's keep on going with the normal show tour.
All right, so our drop hallway. So this used to be manual. We now turned it into automatic using sensors because we didn't want our actors just stuck behind a drop panel all night long. We want them to have more fun than that. So again, we've got some mummies back here that Matt and I built during our home haunt days. And then this hallway is completely automated. The windows drop at random, so the sequence is always random with the drops. The chain link above you will start banging up and down really loud. And then we do put actors in this nook here, and you've got the elastic where they can jump towards you. And so you've got something going on above you, you've got something going on with the drops right here, and then you have real actors in this nook. And the access for this nook is in the egress hallway for the actors, and then there's a door down here where they can actually join the group. So if they do get somebody cocky, like, oh, you're back there, what are you gonna do? They can actually go through the door and then join them as well. But
Sounds like a pretty intense little hallway.
It really does.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I feel like I'd be running down this hallway. Number one rule, don't run, and here I'd be.
Every second.
Yup.
Yep, so again, just an access door here to get in there. Simple, easy. Again, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I mean,
Yes.
that's what I live by. I mean, it's just don't try to reinvent the wheel. Have fun with it,
Conservatory.
Uh-oh, genetic specimen.
Yeah, that's an old prop from another season. Just again, recycle, reuse. There's the family emblem again.
Yep, yep.
This is a manual drop panel that if we have too big of a crew and maybe a newbie's here, we'll put the newbie behind the drop panel. But we actually don't use it that often, so it's there. If we need it, we'll use it.
There you go.
Why does that say spiders?
Don't
Spiders?
tell me that. Spiders. Ooh, it does.
And if you really look on here, so you got Molly and Mildred. Molly the Dolly is a very famous character of ours, played by Bree. Bree Jankowski. She was at Midwest Haunters. That video got a ton of love at Midwest Haunters. She's a Warfield Award winner, which around here, that's from Raven's Gringe and Warfield. We have 2 Warfield Award winners, Amanda Powers and Bree. We're one of a few haunts that, there are others that have multiple award winners, but there aren't many. So we're trying to get Zach that award. So we're trying to, hopefully one day Chris gives Zach that award because he deserves it. So our family room. Does have a weird scent still in this room. This is all natural in this room. So this is our uncle. His name is Uncle NJ for Naked Jesus because he looks like Jesus. He wears a trench coat with a body suit underneath it that if he flashes you, it looks like he's naked. He wears a tinfoil hat because he believes in mole people and aliens and all that good stuff. And
the government.
It's the government. So he's our crazy uncle in the family room. The audio in here is the famous Charlie Manson interview. So we're like, Ethan plays Uncle NJ and he's outstanding. And it's like, hey man, you're gonna be listening to Charlie Manson all night, every night. And he's like, I'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, don't get too creepy on me. So, but yeah, he's
Halfway through the season.
Yeah.
It's starting to kind of make sense.
Sense.
You really listen to what he's got to say.
By the end of the
he's
season,
talking
he was
about,
he was reciting the video or the audio. He's like just doing the audio in there, and people are staring at him. He wears real deer urine, so that's part of the smell in
why
here.
it smells.
Yeah, real deer urine. He'll wear that, and then if he likes you and he has one, you'll get a tinfoil hat from him. He makes tinfoil hats, and he'll give guests tinfoil hats. And nothing makes us laugh more as a guest is leaving, whether they're running or laughing, and they have a tinfoil hat on. So.
That's great.
Just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, family of the TV. This TV does work. We're playing old episodes of Unsolved Mysteries on there because that's what Uncle NJ likes to watch. Obviously, we have our yarn board.
Him explaining that was so cool. I wanted to stand here a while and just listen to him.
He had said the green was for the aliens.
Yeah.
Oh.
For the aliens.
Lizard people or something.
Lizard people, yeah. I
People,
would.
I think I can't remember if it was brown or white, but he he's just like and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it was great.
We try to tell them all too. The biggest thing is they don't want to see the same personality. They don't want to see the same energy level. Every family member is different. Erin's kind of more creepy and slow until she gets a shiny, and then she's all excited. NJ's all over the map. Every actor has to be different. By the time they get to this point, you don't want them being like, oh, okay, come on. You got to keep things fresh, and you got to keep them having fun. Again, whether they're having fun or they're terrified. So, all stuff we've collected. This TV, you can see Dusonic. For the Doosan family. The Dusonic TV actually shows video at the end. So this actor can be in here and all of a sudden the group that's walking through the end, which is our chainsaw area, and we'll get into that, all of a sudden you hear it, you can hear screaming, and he'll look at the TV, which makes the guests look at the TV, and they can kind of see what's coming for them. And then they can play off that as well. So again, we try to give actors as much material as possible to play off of. And then, he may not even get to the TV. you know, you guys go through, you won't see it, and then the next time you come through, there'll be something that hits the TV. So yeah, just again, different collect. My dad killed that bear in Canada, I think when I was just a little kid. So yeah, just little things we've collected and just put in the haunt. I don't know.
So many real things.
Real things. You know, the best compliment, Andy Martingale is become such a good friend, and he's such a great Chicago actor. Andy gave us the best compliment in the world. He goes, every single one of your rooms feels lived in. It feels lived in. And I'm like, yes, winning, awesome. You know, obviously you got camo netting and you have different things you guys can see with the lights on, but you know, when it's dark and it's creepy in here, we want to be real. That's the biggest thing in the world. Is we want everything to, you know, feel real.
That suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He's casually watching Elizabeth.
Yeah, some of the VHS tapes we found. Yeah.
And some regular recorded ones too, because we don't know what's on them.
Yeah, we don't know what's on those. We got old board games. I think
He's got a variety.
how to host a murder is one of the games. You know, we saw that and we're like, gotta have that. You know, that we absolutely have to have.
Yeah, one of his books is Do-It-Yourself Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I mean the books over there, they're
Which is
like,
hilarious.
yeah, we've collected a lot of those books. It's like there's actual college textbooks over there about psychology and, you know, different things. It's like, yeah, absolutely. Why? Of course our family members would have those. You know, why not? So just again, a skin, you know, this is called the skin hallway. These have been called Twizzlers before.
Yeah.
This
This is the do-it-yourself.
yeah, this is one of my actors having fun. But yeah, so that same nook in the drop hallway, the actor that's in that hallway can also scare this way. So again, we've tried to design some spots where one actor can scare multiple positions. Sure. It's not on, but when we turn on the attraction, I have to bring this up because Dale will kill me if I don't. There's actually a TV in that storm door right there, and it's playing what we call the pig video, and it's from, I want to say it's early footage. Yeah, it's like 1940s maybe,
wow.
of this guy in a pig costume. And it's, when we first saw it, we found it, we're like, this is creepy as can be. And it's like, well, it's Dale's favorite video, so it's in here.
Almost looks like the garage, maybe.
Our garage, yep. So you've gone through the kitchen, the dining room, the backyard, family room. Now you're in the family's garage. So a lot of stuff, different things. The car at one point was a moving operating prop. That was kind of a scare point. Then we just decided to put it in the garage. But yeah, stuff, again, we've collected. This is another dialogue room. When you come in here, you're going to get the smell of gasoline and oil. So again, try to keep with the room theme in here. Audio in here as well, and then just, again, stuff we've done. So Bruno and Dustin worked this room last year, and one of the compliments we get is it's not just, they're going to reference, when you go into a dialogue room, the actors are going to reference what you've seen and what you are about to see. So if all of a sudden here, that when they're in the dining room, Taz will say, well, you go tell everybody else dinner's ready. I'm waiting, dinner is ready. So the guests are gonna walk into rooms and say, you know, dinner's ready. Then that actor's gonna immediately pounce on that line and say what they need to say. You know, in here, Bruno's like, man, I'm trying to get this whole thing going, I need a battery. Anybody got a battery? And then like, they go to other rooms and they're looking for batteries. I mean, we try to keep it, again, and even on a slow night, busy night, they're screaming to each other. So all of a sudden, you know, Uncle NJ's in the room kitty corner to us. This actor may scream something at NJ, and NJ's going to scream something back, so you still get the interaction between family members. Again, it's complete, we try to be complete chaos in here.
Yeah.
Those doors back there, you can see Crew, that was 2015, Crew signed those, just again, little Easter egg for us in here.
See another portrait.
Yep, there's the BTK killer, so he's in here on this one.
Got your random captive in the cage back here.
Yep, Ghost Ride,
yep.
Ghost Ride Productions, you know, Ghost Ride is some of the best props I've ever seen made. They're absolutely stunning props. A lot of haunts use them. They're not cheap, but they're good, and they're so realistic. And we're pretty small budget, so we bought her a few years ago. We have some other things we bought from them this year. They would be one of my go-tos to recommend. I love Ghost Ride. They're just so real. So.
Their bodies even have tattoos on them.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, you can personalize.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, our spider web hallway.
ew, no.
Nora's favorite.
So yeah,
Nancy's favorite too.
again, KISS, keep it simple. It's fishing line. It's fishing line, and then we have the ankle biters. So we have compressed air down here.
Oh, God.
So it's on a sensor. So you're going through here, you're feeling this web-like material, and then all of a sudden the air is going to kick on and hit your ankles. Yeah. So a lot of screaming and jumping and running through here.
Yep.
It never ceases to amaze me what people are scared of. Just because you're scared of something doesn't mean you're going to be scared of something. So it's like insects obviously are a big one.
Creepy crawly.
And the ankle whips always get us.
Yep.
So you're never expecting them. You got the vines overhead.
Yep. This is actually from year 3. This was a big prop from year 3. Again, we recycle and reuse, and fans have noticed certain things that are in certain areas, and if they come through enough, they're like, oh, you move that, it's there, it's there, it's there. It's cool to us, just a little history behind everything.
There's probably not any poppers inside of there, is
No, not at all.
there? The wiring is completely functional.
So this is our locker room. Our locker room at one point was on another part of the attraction. It was very high energy. It was very metal music, blah, blah, strobe lights, white strobe lights. So it's like, all right, we moved it over to here. And we're like, all right, we did the heavy metal music and all that. So what we did was we did blacklight strobes, and we did kind of a psychedelic jam. So when you come in here, it's not that heavy metal. It's very psychedelic, and the actors are moving slow with the music, and it really messes with your brain. And again, just trying to be different. Not saying we're the only ones that do it, but we got sick of kind of the heavy metal cliche, so we decided to mix it up a little bit.
Interesting.
Spark fence. So obviously, with the wand and getting some sparks flying from some of the actors. But this is one room where we tell them, use their corners, get that initial jump scare, and then bail. But it's a very, very trippy room.
Imagine, I'll see all the
It's so unique.
paintings overhead. Those are going to pop.
Those are going to pop,
Back,
yep.
Yeah.
And then again, actor corridor on this side just for this room for the spark fence, and the actor can be down here and join it. Yeah, you can peek down. Goes backstage, front. But they can maneuver in here and get around, which is really cool. You can have 2 actors work this room. You can have 4 actors work this room. I mean, the more the better. But yeah, all those pictures on top, they just pop in that blacklight strobe. And all of a sudden you're looking up, and the actor hits you from the side. So
What's the song that plays?
Matt has the song. It's in the bottom. I think it's when I turn on the attraction, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
I was here. We had it. It's one of the worst things. So the chainsaw stopped working, and we'll get to the chainsaw when we get down there. But chainsaw stopped working, and it's all tech. And so Matt and I had to be down here one night from I want to say 6 to midnight or 6 to 1 in the morning, and the attraction was on. And this is the closest room to the ending. And that song just kept playing and playing. And after 4 hours, we're like, enough of this song. And the guests that come in here, they're like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. We tell all of our actors, this is theater. What you do on opening night, you should be doing throughout. And do they get sick of the music? Absolutely they do. Do they get sick of the same scares? We try to keep it fresh and move them around, but if Taz is working in the dining room, Taz is in the dining room, all 19 or 21 nights of operation. It gets old, but we tell them, when you're going to a Broadway show, what that show is on opening night is the same show it is when it closes. You got it.
Pretty consistent.
Pretty consistent. We'll go, like I said, off script and all that, but we found with Brie, Molly the Dolly, she created that character a few years ago, hit it out of the park, won the award, first year as the character. But her body language, if you see videos of her body language and her voice, it's hard. It's not easy. And after doing it 1 year, she came to me and she's like, Pete, I don't know if I can do it again. That was tough. And I'm like, well, completely up to you. I want you comfortable. I want you happy. I want you wanting to come here. But the fans loved it, and the fans are going to want it. And she's like, well, I'm going to do kind of a hybrid. And she did the hybrid, and the hybrid just wasn't the same. And it wasn't Brie's fault. She just tried something different. And guests were coming in. We're here for Molly. We're here for Molly. And I'm like, oh man, Molly's not here. It's somebody else. And now she's Molly again. And it's just like people come to see Amanda. Max, our doctor, he had to take 1 year off just for personal reasons. People are like, where's the doctor? It's one of those things. Haunt actors, if you do it right, they're coming to see you.
Yes.
And, it's tough to let them down. And I understand the whole typecasting thing. You don't want to get typecast and play the same actor or, same character every night, but it kind of comes with the business,
There's no one else in the building, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Every now and then I just keep hearing things.
Well,
like
that's
somebody's following us.
So that could be Goat. Like I said, my crew does believe Goat is here in some way, shape, or form. Because when we're in here, we'll hear a creak or, my crew swears they hear footsteps. I have yet to hear footsteps, but to each his own. But yeah, all of a sudden you'll hear something and it's like, okay, Goat's messing with us.
See? They're just there.
Guys,
I've been hearing it the whole time. Oh
If you heard that in the video.
I thought maybe
we
you
all
had
heard it.
another employee here, but then I'm like, wait a minute, it's 2 o'clock on a random
Did we hear
Monday.
it at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for
Y'all
sure.
There was
heard
a
it,
really loud one a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You never know.
Hi, Goat.
I go.
He's probably laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
So again, just quick walkthrough, stuff that was donated to us, given to us, things that we've just collected. Again, we try to fill as many corners as possible.
And into kind of a cemetery mausoleum.
Cemetery mausoleum. Again, stuff from our home haunting days that have still held up.
Aww.
You know, again, the Deucin family, so this is an egress hallway. Guests usually don't go down this way unless they want to enter. But again, we've got wanted posters. There's Amanda's wanted poster, all from year one. All from year one. Zeke Deucin, Etta Mae Deucin, Ellis Deucin, Tavis, and then Abner Deucin, our whole family.
Nice.
Just something we wanted to put up again for us. The bunny's on a mannequin, but we've had actors wear the bunny before.
Oh my God! Yeah,
That is a
he was in the
creepy
video when he came around the corner. I was
Yeah.
like, "What the heck is that?"
Yep, our bunny.
yeah.
The actor that wore it, I give him all the credit in the world because that thing's hot.
Oh, I can
It's
imagine.
hot. So I've done acting before, and I've worn CFX masks and different things, and I can only imagine that thing's got to be so
There's
hot.
no one in it right now.
No one's in it right now. You're safe.
I don't
Oh,
think.
Hear that? That's just us. That's no big deal. That's not go messing around. So like I said, most rooms have, again, verbal cue. This room up, we're going to our last dialogue room. The biggest thing through the vortex tunnel, with the vortex tunnel here, she or he, whoever works the room, usually it's Trinity can't hear people coming. So we had to put an emotion alarm. That's all that was. Just to
Okay.
let her know that she's got somebody entering the vortex tunnel, just in case.
Your vortex tunnel has stars.
Stars, yep. Again, the vortex needs some love. The vortex has some history behind it. This vortex actually we bought from 11th Hour in Chicago, which was a very big haunt in Chicago. It's now 13th floor. 13th came in and bought them. But 11th Hour Jim Upchurch reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I've got a vortex." We're like, "What's a vortex?" We didn't know. We were home hunters, and so we went in and got it. And it needs some love, but all we did was, all these elaborate vortex tunnels. We kept it real simple. We just put glow-in-the-dark stars, and we've got a black light that charges them, and the effect is there. That's all you need.
I think the mirrors are like the most important
Mirrors
part.
work too. Yep.
So this is transporting us from the cemetery into.
Now we're going to a medical room, which is just at the back part of the house.
Okay.
So again, another exit that we try to control people at.
Oh, okay.
Trinity is, I've known Trinity for a while, since she was a little kid. She's one of my daughter's best friends, and Trinity worked this room and she was like a little howler monkey in here. She's a black belt. She'll jump from thing to thing.
holy
She's
cow.
a tiny little thing. And when we wanted to create a character for Trinity, I think this was Trinity's 3rd year with us. The biggest thing with Trinity was she's tiny. She's a short. It's like, we should make you the doctor. Everybody's expecting the big imposing
Right,
doctor.
right.
And there's little Trinity. She's got her patent leather garb on, her gloves, and she's all over the place. And she's high energy, and she's a theater student, so she gets exactly what we're doing. And I think she knocked us out of the park. Trinity's, I think, an up-and-comer in the haunt industry. So I'm biased, but Trinity did a really good job.
She always
So.
makes me sit on this.
Yep.
It always hits my knee for the.
Doing a little physical on you,
reflex
little
test.
reflex
Yeah.
test.
Just gotta make sure you can run.
Right?
Yeah.
She's trying to take her legs away so she can't run.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you look at our past videos, you'll see her glide.
Yeah, she has very high energy, and she's young, so she moves around like crazy. So, but yeah, all stuff we've collected throughout the years, and we try to repurpose and reuse and make it work, I guess. So.
Like a kid running into a car and the dad's trying to save him.
So these maps actually came out of an old Rockford school. So these at one time were in a schoolroom, and somebody told me they're worth some money, and I'm like, well, probably not anymore since we've cut them and
They've got a little blood on them.
little blood on them. But that one back there is super creepy with the dad drinking water and the family
Why is
sitting there.
that
It's
on
like,
there?
yeah, super, super creepy.
I don't know, it says secretion and excretion.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because the dad's probably.
Probably, yeah. Pretty much.
I don't have insurance.
I don't have insurance. It's not that his kid's about ready to get hit by a car, it's just he doesn't have insurance.
Yep.
No, the medical
Oh
bill.
my god.
All right, so we're coming up. So again, the family emblem, as you can see, everywhere. The biggest thing, so we tried to avoid chainsaw. I think it was our first 3 years. We try to avoid clowns, which I do. I fully admit, I think we have 1 or 2 clowns, but they're unique clowns. We try to avoid clowns. We try to avoid zombie. We tried to avoid chainsaw. Just because, just because of the cliches. Everybody's this. Well, you have to give the guests what they want, and they want the chainsaw, and I completely understand. We're actually looking at doing a summer event next year with 50 clowns and 50 chainsaws.
That's the double CC. Clowns with chainsaws
give
are
them,
dangerous.
give them what they want, you know. So
Okay.
we still limit the clowns. We don't have zombies or anything, obviously, but the chainsaw had to happen. Well, we are indoors. We can't run a gas-powered chainsaw indoors because we'll kill people with fumes. Ventilation. So we then, we'll use an electric chainsaw. Yeah, that's not the same. Electric chainsaw, no, that's not working. People just like stared at them like, no, that doesn't work. So Matt came to the conclusion that he could build something. So it's real audio of our chainsaw just on idle, just bum, 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 rumbling, and then the actor can trigger it to start revving and going nuts, and it's loud. And people are like, I can't believe you have a real chainsaw in there. Winning, not real.
Okay,
winning.
nice.
Yeah, so it's one of those things we had to be creative because again, we're indoors on how to give people the chainsaw. But and I think since year 3, we've had chainsaw at the end because that's what the guests want.
So people can do that inside buildings because we do hear that a lot.
Yep.
It just has to be done.
And the fake
well.
ones, you're right. Most of the fake ones really are just like, I don't know, they're just wee wee. It sounds weird.
Yeah, and
You can tell it's coming out of a speaker. It's,
yeah, well, ours is coming out of a speaker, but it's a big speaker and it's loud.
Yeah.
Matt likes things loud, and you know we try to drown out scenes. So you know if you're standing here, you're not hearing the swamp sound effect music. You know, so we really work hard on coordinating our sounds so they either drown each other out or you can't hear them.
Nice, no sound.
Yep.
bleed. Yeah.
So you've got an actor that either stands where I'm at or behind the body here, kind of starts, you know, interacting with you, and then the chainsaw will. There's a trap door back there. The chainsaw guy comes out through the trap door, and all of a sudden he's behind you. And when they do their verbal cues, we've got a nice little runway for him. This actor gets out of the way if he's standing here, and then obviously the chainsaw guy comes a running and then makes the guests run.
That'd be me.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind
I
of
really don't like chainsaws.
I don't.
Yeah.
They
we
scare me.
wanted to kind of give the illusion that you're going back outside with some of the vegetation. Again, we understand we're indoors. It's just part of the illusion. Actors waiting for you here, banging on the glass, slowing you down. And then this used to be our gift store. Our gift store used to be at the exit, but we took the gift store out because the lady that was running a gift store, she hasn't been back since COVID. It's actually Matt's mom, Judy, who I 100% adore. But we were like, okay, we're not gonna do the gift store, let's add on to the ending. So we did kind of the killer shack. So it's out back. This is the last little killer shack option in here for one final scare. They think they're done with the chainsaw, they're not. They come in here, we'll have a victim on the table or anything here, and then we have a big actor waiting for him at the exit.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
love how you did those heads up there.
I was
Thanks.
gonna say there's some
Those are
gifts in here.
awesome.
There's some
Yeah.
gifts there.
So
And it's good that you, like you say, not many people keep going after this all because
Yeah.
so yeah, you're
Yep.
already wanting to get away from the chain, and yeah, it just doesn't end.
It's like, you know, I grew up, again, horror movies, so like Scream and, you know, Friday the 13th and Nightmare and all those. You know, it's like one final scare. You know, it's like when you think the killer's dead, he's not really dead. And it's like, that's kind of our logic is, oh, you think it's over with the chainsaw? Well, our goal is to get you one more time.
Yeah.
Exit, turn the corner, and out you go. This is the wall from year 1, from when we built in year 1. And
She's creepy
Another
too.
real, not real.
Yeah.
Never real, not real. So, and out you go back to the lobby. You know, the last remnant of our gift store, everybody laughs at this. We kept this up on purpose. People are like, what is with that? It's like, that was from our gift store days. And again, just something there. And people look at her and like, what? It's like, makes us laugh. Again, we're stupid.
You gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun.
That's what it's about.
Yep, then back out to the lobby you go.
Back out to the lot. So the entrance is the exit. Is
So
the,
that, yeah, so that has been a headache from day 1. But it's what we can do. Obviously, without punching holes in doors and all that stuff. The biggest thing is we have one little door in and out. And obviously we have egress and we have emergency exits in the back. But you know, typically what happens at a traditional haunt is separate exit. You know, separate exit. But nope, we've got one way in, one way out. So yeah, we have somebody here playing traffic cop, so we're not
There you go.
loading.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're taking people out. And obviously we built this wall like this because, you know, we don't want people in line seeing people coming out. We don't want interaction between the two.
Yeah.
We don't want them seeing the exit. They come in, they don't even see these hallways. When you walk through the door, you see this. And when
Nice.
it's all lit and everything, you're not even looking left and right. So it's like, okay, we disguise the exit as best we can, but yeah, it's a traffic jam here some nights. And it's just like, oh, wait, you come in. And obviously, if security personnel hears the chainsaw, we're not letting anybody in. Because we don't know how they're going to come out. Some people come out laughing and walking. Some people are booking it down that hallway. And it's like, all right, oh, show's over, calm down, out the door you go.
And I can imagine when the power goes out here and they start hearing the chainsaws.
Yep, oh yeah. And they hear the actor screaming, and then they'll hear the chainsaw.
It gets them amped up about what's coming up.
Yep, what's coming up.
If folks want to learn more about Twisted Crypt, or if they want to come and see you, what's going on here for this upcoming season?
So twistedcrypt.com is our website. You can find all the information on there. We do online tickets as well. You know, we're in Northern Illinois. We're about 30 minutes from the Wisconsin-Illinois border. So about 90 miles northwest of Chicago. So if you're in the area, come check us out. We're on all the socials. We're on Facebook. We're on X now. We're on Instagram. So we're on all the socials as well, and twistedcrypt.com. And then we do have a YouTube page as well with previous promos and different things. Do your homework, check us out. We open Friday, September the 19th.
Ooh, that's coming up fast.
That's coming up very fast. But we're ready to go. We opened this year for a summer event, so we're ready to rock and roll early.
Well, don't forget, guys, if you want to come back and see more of that behind-the-scenes tour, get back into some of the actor areas, see the control room, sign up to become a member here on the channel. And if you want to see another behind-the-screens tour, I've got that video linked for you right here. I'll see you in that video. Until then, stay scary.